Howdy. Hey, Peter Farris here, author of Last Call for the Living, Ghosts in the Fields, aka Le Diable en Personne, and my latest novel, The Clay Eaters, all published by Editions Gallmeister. Bonjour, France. It's great to have a chance to send a message to the festival organizers and partners and participating booksellers at Quais du Polar in Lyon. It was a great honor to be invited to QDP, but we find ourselves in an extraordinary and crazy circumstances right now. So I'm home, sheltering in place in Cherokee County, Georgia, with my wife and son, and we've been home for weeks and we'll be home for many more. I hope everyone out there is staying safe, and I figured I'd have a moment here to share with QDP and fans and readers out there in France a few favorites of mine from the noir genre. I picked out a film and a book that I think if y'all haven't heard of it or seen it, then it's worth checking out. So the first one's a twofer. One of my favorite films of all time. One of the finest gothic noir, southern noir films of all time. It's a film called Night of the Hunter, directed by Charles Laughton, starring Robert Mitchum. It's a twofer because this is based on a novel by a writer named Davis Grubb, which is also a masterpiece of southern noir, even a touch of horror, you could argue, one of the reasons I adore that film and the book, for many reasons, is Robert Mitchum's performance as a grifter con artist posing as an evangelist. I have a soft spot in my heart for crazy evangelists. Just so happens my latest novel, The Clay Eaters, right here, features just such a character named Carol Crine, and I was thinking of Robert Mitchum's performance and Grubb's character from Night of the Hunter while writing The Clay Eaters. And so certainly one of the finest noirs to ever come out of the Southeast United States. If you can find the novel, if it's available in French, do read it. The movie Night of the Hunter is a masterpiece. It's a classic. Masterpiece technically speaking. I think it was one of the only films Laughton ever directed. He was an actor, of course, but as far as mood, certainly one of the grimmest stories from that era of filmmaking. It's amazing it was even made, and Mitchum delivers just one of his monumental performances, certainly one of the finest in his career, which is saying a lot. So yeah, there's a book and a novel that I would highly recommend. Next up would be one of my favorite noirs in American literature, and that would be, you can't go wrong with him, but The Death of Sweet Mister by Daniel Woodrell. Set in the Ozarks, where Woodrell is from. Certainly the landscape play is a major character in his work. That's one of many examples from Woodrell's sort of middle period, after he'd written some detective novels about a character named Renee Shade. Death of Sweet Mister, Tomato Red. There's several others during that period where Woodrell was really at the top of his game and just firing on all cylinders. He's just a masterful writer for technique, character, plot. I don't think there's a living writer. Maybe there's a few of them out there. Ron Rash comes to mind, but Woodrell is able to pack so much depth, subtext, and character into a single sentence. Nobody gets more out of words and language than Woodrell does. And Death of Sweet Mister is certainly an example of a writer at the top of his game. So highly recommended, those two. And I might close this little video and message to QDP out there. I'd like to just express my extreme gratitude to all the French readers and booksellers out there, especially the readers. Without you, I wouldn't have an opportunity to visit your incredible country. And any of you out there in France who are readers, who are also first responders, physicians, doctors, paramedics, nurses, healthcare professionals who are on the front lines right now fighting COVID-19 there in France. I salute you and commend your bravery, and just God bless you. I hope you stay safe. Everybody out there in France, stay home, stay safe, and with any luck, we'll get a chance to all hang out in the near future. Y'all take care. Bye.